As the third string quarterback, and now it is his moment. And the junior from Calhoun Falls, South Carolina, will run. Recruited out of high school, a top 15 dual threat quarterback. And study your screen, their new threat this year. And they'll drop it off to the tight end, Mylan Richard. Ball popped out, but out of bounds, down
by him.
Here comes Clemson with the tempo, and into the belly of Fuller, right up the middle. Touchdown, Tigers!
And number 55, Crowder, he is the phone booth mauler for this line crew.
Receiver screen to Ray McLeod. Yep. McLeod is the motion man. They'll fake to him. And the deep ball looking for Kane behind the defense. Touchdown, Tigers!
And standing like a foot away from one of my friends trying to tell him what's going on, and he can't hear one word I'm saying. Very similar atmosphere with how tall these walls are here. Well, he is named after T. Martin, so there's kind of an odd relationship there.
And that is DeAndre Overton.
Chart.
They've got to get ready in a hurry because they've got Auburn and then Louisville in their next two games. And running around the edge is Amari Rogers, as well Adam Choice. We may see 4 different guys at that position today. Bryant on the rollout, and that goes through the hands of Travion Thompson to Deion Kane. Quarterback keeper, first down, inside the 30. Handoff up the middle. Tavian Feaster. Feaster again, and he'll be thrown for a loss.
In training camp.
He got pushed by a couple of freshmen, one a redshirt, one a true. Feaster muscles his way to the 15. 3rd and 9. Dropping it off for Adam Choice, and he's going to be about a yard short.
Illegal substitution on the defense. 12 players lined up in formation, at the distance to the goal, resulting in a first down.
Choice is the offset back. And Choice will get the call. Touchdown, Tigers!
Everything was very decisive on his reads. A great job.
Let's check in with champs, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Last time we saw them, that spectacular Rose Bowl matchup with USC and Sam Day, so that you are prepared when your moment comes, as Bryant's has arrived today. C.J. Fuller is the offset back beside Bryant. Dropping back to throw, looking deep, and almost intercepted. That was Demetrius Mundell.
Don't know anything about these teams. We're assuming that Auburn's going to be better. Stidham's going to be the guy. I want to see him do something. He's been out a year. Those are the biggest things.
I guess the chemistry of that offense.
Tough break for Kent State. John Cunningham, their best D lineman, had to leave. His helmet popped off. Here's 3rd and 4 for Bryant. Scrambles for the first down. Across midfield and more. Inside the 20. Tiptoeing down the sideline, and he stepped out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Freshman Travis Etienne now in at tailback, number 9. The fade to the end zone, the fist fight, and the touchdown. T. Higgins.
He's a true freshman.
Offense, number 5. 15-yard penalty, first down.
He just goes up and high points that ball. He comes down for a touchdown.
Call to Etienne.
High school St. Xavier, Bockhorse kid, the lineman, so it's not just the surrounding area that Dad was recruiting from.
Bryant caught down at the 5 by Overton. And then
pass interference, defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Rolling, big home run guy. They love his quickness and speed.
Bryant caught and thrown for a loss back outside the 10-yard line. Strengths of their defensive unit. Play action. Popped up in the end zone, and it's intercepted. And brought back out to the 10-yard line. Quan Robinson.
3 offensive linemen. I think a lot of it has to do with their schedule. They don't play Washington. Probably their toughest game is Stanford. But I agree with you on Penn State, Anthony. Last year we saw that in person.
Even the first Heisman
on the
candidate
team.
on his team.
I know. Well, Barkley's
With
number
Barkley.
one for me, but my dark horse is Trace McSorley. There you go.
By the way, the new guy, 181 yards, and the Buckeyes win over Indiana as the Tigers go up tempo here.
Anthony, what do you think?
Not a lot of defense. Who can play the best defense, and will it be just the team that scores the most points again this year?
I think we'll find out a lot next week. From the 33, Bryant with time to McLeod. First down to the 22-yard line.
Get the ball placement, get it out in front of the receivers. Actually want to get that ball in the air slightly sooner when he's making those breaks. But again, when you got a defense,
That's the one thing needed in this offense. A quarterback who's accurate. That was Watson. He's doing the same thing. There's another one.
Bryant out into the flat to Hunter Renfrow, who had the game-winning catch.
to him on that catch in Tampa with my son. We had a bird's eye view. It was unbelievable.
Fuller. Good shoestring tackle by Matt Barr. Side here on 2nd and 7. Bryant with the keeper. Bryant with the touchdown, courtesy of an Overton block.
Bicep twist there. I like what he's done so far in this game.
Good protection. He's got Ray McLeod, who will be able to get out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
1 minute offense.
Bryant dumps it off underneath, and that'll be good for the first down to C.J. Fuller. Out
On first down, if you're trying to get the plays and get the clock in.
the quick strike to the slot man, Hunter Renfrow.
Yes,
Bryant will spike it. 9 seconds to go.
Be critical in the game down the road there when it's close.
Maybe time for a couple of plays if they can get out of bounds. That's to Mylan Richard, who will fall out at the 40. Are they going to say he was out of bounds here?
again, not letting him go out there and make those decisions.
Bryant with 4 seconds, and he'll toss it underneath instead of going deep, and that will take care of the first half. Nick has not been kind to his former assistant coaches over the years. He's beaten them pretty handily.
Seeing the players, you see the recruits that the Clemson's throwing out on the field, all these different players, the depth that they have. Again, it's going to be interesting. And you got 2 of those teams. One.
Clemson has won 31 of its last 33 games, including that national championship a year ago. Here's Mylan Richard, the tight end, rumbling down inside the 35-yard line.
Herschel Walker down the sidelines. They might not have that 4.2 speed, but he definitely is an impressive player early on in this game. Too big. He's kind of that shorter tight end, just under 6'4", but he's stocky. He's got good base, good feel.
Bryant completes it to Travion Thompson. Bryant lofts it towards the back of the end zone. Incomplete, broken up by Foster.
Fade route.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 23. 15-yard. First down.
Jump like that with so much man-to-man you're seeing in college football. That's going to be tough on these DBs.
First and goal, and a good push by Matt Barr. He'll get the call. He's already got 1 touchdown, make it 2 on the day for C.J. Fuller.
The big stage, but the one thing I talked to Brandon Streeter, the quarterback coach, is he has the strongest arm of all the quarterbacks on this roster.
Finished 2nd in the quarterback competition, just in front of true freshman Hunter Johnson, the big-time recruit, the 5-star guy. And the burst from Tavian Feaster, and he's gone. Touchdown Tigers.
It's just natural to want to grab cloth, but when you're forced not to be able to do that, you work that feet a little bit better.
And the famous phrase of Rocky, this ain't no pie eating contest, Rocky. You know what I'm saying? This is a real deal.
2nd and 9. Eric Cooper is the quarterback. And out into the flat. And they're going to pick up the first down to T. Higgins. Nice run up the middle. It's Etienne for a first down out across the 45 by the New York Giants. Etienne again. 42 points today.
The drop balls, incompletions, the turnovers, all of those things have been clean today in this football game.
Sammy Watkins and a lot of Clemson fans weren't sure that those guys could be replaced, and they were. To Amari Rogers, and a unit now that
Jeff Scott, again, the co-offensive coordinator, who's the receiver coach, he said, look, it's easy to go on recruiting trips and sell that they get receiver.
on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Result of the penalty is a first down.
Cooper with time launches it downfield. Broken up actually by the wide receiver.
Jones had a scare at home playing Appalachian State in the opener. That one went down to the wire. Now you got to go to Georgia Tech, a team that you would not see from an offensive.
But Tennessee, remember last year they started 5-0. Looked like they were just going to take the college football world by storm, and then kind of hit a bump in the road there and wound up losing to Vanderbilt last game of the season.
But anytime you bring that experience back, that's you. Jacob Easton again. You play as a true freshman. They got some good, talented players coming back. They got that's something that you have to worry about, and only going to get better for those guys.
Number 39, first down.
I'll tell you what, I still wonder.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 14. Bryant on the rollout. He's got a man open at the 5. The cutback and into the end zone. Cornell Powell. But a completely different look on the offensive side in particular. It's the 3rd quarterback of the day. True freshman Hunter Johnson.
A lot of hype around this young man, but I'll tell you what, when his time and numbers called, he's going to be special.
ETN breaking tackles. En route across midfield, and will be caught at the 35.
Again, Beth, in over a year.
Hines able to walk over the side. And off the play fake, the toss to the 35-yard line, and it's J.C. Chalk with their 3rd string QB, Hunter Johnson. He'll give it to Rencher. He'll bull his way forward for a couple. Adnan Burke's got a studio update. Boy, that would be a huge feather in the cap of DJ Durkin in Maryland. Good cutback by Chalk. Gets down to the 15 and a first down.
And that's going to bode well when you talk about the schedule they had ahead of them.
18 yards on that pass play. Back to the ground and Rencher for a couple more.
You know, you have a quarterback that's very mobile, has the ability to elude pass rushes and make things happen with his legs. And you look at these 4 tailbacks, this could be a very potent rush out.
Handoff, ETN untouched into the end zone. 1st and 10 for Clemson. 6:35 to play in the season opener for the Tigers and Golden Flashes. And we've got a studio update with Adnan.
And something else to look at in that game, North Carolina State, is their defensive line. We've been talking about Clemson's, but they got 2 defensive ends, Bradley Chubb.
For Harold Landry from BC, maybe is who's going to be the best defensive end in the country. I'll tell you what, Bradley Chubb, you know who he reminds me of is DeMarcus Walker for Florida State last year.
Against the Citadel in 1978. Hunter Johnson tosses it out of bounds.
54, 5-yard penalty, first down.
These 3 quarterbacks were neck and neck coming into training camp this year, and literally 2 weeks in, Dabo Swinney made the announcement. He's like, if the games were today, Kelly Bryant would be that guy.
He had a good play, good job on that play, but then it got to the point where he kept making play after play where they're like, look, this
game late in the 3rd. Back to you.
High snap over the head of Johnson. And they'll recover it back inside the 20. Got a minute 50 to go here, and then you may want to turn over and check out early leader in the clubhouse.
What's he got?
172 yards,
He probably
2
played
touches.
half, right?
Yeah, and probably 1/2 a play. McSorley also had a couple of TDs. Handoff is to Rencher, who bounces to the outside and wiggles his way down to the 31. Just 120 total yards for Kent State. Here's a stat you probably have.
Penalties, a lot of things were going on for them. They just weren't in the right mindset framework, weren't able to hit the ground going against Clemson. Look, Clemson's defense, I mean, we could talk